Have you seen this tweet that's been going on between Colin Trevorrow and Mark Hamill? So, I mean, this is something that,
Who
whatever.
is Colin Trevorrow?
So Colin Trevorrow was he directed your favorite movie in the world, which was Jurassic World.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't know.
But anyway, he did Safety Not Guaranteed, which I actually loved. I thought was extraordinary.
Safety Not Guaranteed is a great film. I saw it at the Broadway and I loved it.
It's an interesting thing. He had a whole concept for episode 9. Colin Trevorrow was let go by Lucasfilm. He was going to do episode 9. He is not doing it now. It's J.J. Abrams doing it. It is a funny thing, and so there's been a lot of underhanded comments. It's obvious Mark Hamill isn't happy with what happened with The Last Jedi. Nobody is. I'm gonna read it. I'm just gonna read it off. My 9-year-old is in the next room editing his second movie, Bloodstinger 2. He is aware of the potential hazards of a sequel, but promises the film will add depth and character without compromising the core tenets of a beloved franchise that has existed since April of 2018. So this is obviously Mark Hamill loved the idea that Colin Trevorrow presented to him. Daisy Ridley wept. The plan that he had for Luke would have been like, kind of, forgive the terminology, but kind of a wet dream for Luke fans. Like, Luke fans would have been kind of on board with this. Anyway,
I'm a fan of Luke.
And I know you are. But anyway, so then he goes to say here, Mark Hamill responds with, "Please ask Nolan to consider me for a role in Bloodstinger 3. That boy is a visionary genius, and I value gifted directors. All the best from his unemployed pal, Mark Hamill." Would you have anything to say about this?
That's funny. That's amusing. I could say that on the strength of Safety Not Guaranteed, I could see why they would be interested. I don't think he's a Star Wars film. That's another thing. Sometimes I think these big franchises go for weird indie directors that don't do these type of movies. But at the same time, on the basis of what Lost World, or not Jurassic Park Lost World, but Jurassic World, maybe they dodged a bullet. That movie was hard to sit through.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but I think that's funny that they're playing that off. I wish that was a real thing, Bloodstinger. I'd probably see it.
Well, he's really talking about his 9-year-old is editing a real movie.
It'd probably be as funny as Axecop. Yeah, if any of you are familiar with Axecop.
You like axecop?
I have both seasons. I love axecop.
I saw that and I was like, Joe either loves this or hates this, and I could not decide. And I was like, because I did watch like the first couple of episodes, and I'm like, I actually hate it. I think it sucks, but that's just me.
But do you know what it is, like how it came about?
No, I don't. But I've only seen the episodes that are on Hulu, whatever. So I know that it came, and I know that we have our good friend from Parks and Rec on there. No, forgive me his name.
This will change your mind,
okay?
Though, possibly, because this is the way I had to look at it. So axecop started off, real briefly, axecop started off as a webcomic that was illustrated by a grown man, but he was illustrating around stories written by his 6-year-old brother.
Oh, okay.
6-year-old little brother was writing the character of axecop, and then when they finally presented it as an animated series, they promoted it as that. They basically took the same stories. These are stories that a child wrote, which is why it's so childish and so, like, nonsensical, because it's something that came out of the mind and mouth of a child.
Okay.
But it's done for adults. It's not overly gratuitous or anything. But it's a child's imagination.
Okay.
That's why I would see Bloodstingers, because it's got to be like ridiculously entertaining, because it's children are. They don't adhere to the laws of physics,
right.
or children or logic.
Well, actually, their imagination is so vast.
Yeah,
it's way bigger than mine.
Yeah. So watching now, if you rewatch axecop and you listen to the context of the dialogue, you go, that sounds like basically this guy would record his little brother playing with his figures and go, okay, tell me a story. Axecop, and then he was like, and now this guy, and no, we'll take my car because I can jump into the moon. And if I had not known that prior to going into axecop,
you would hate it.
I would probably be like, somebody got paid for this. But then when I realized it's a child, that somebody actually thought their little brother's stories were so ridiculously entertaining that he wanted to illustrate them and then eventually animate them, that it just endured itself to me so much.
Now this actually all makes sense, and now I forgive it, because I saw those and I was like, and when you told me you liked it, I was like, what? I thought you would actually hate that thing.
He plays Ron Swanson. Listen to some of the guest stars they've had on axecop. Alfred Molina has been on axecop. he's an amazing actor.
Oh,
It's Doc Ock
of
in
course.
Spider-Man 2. He's
Of
so
course.
good. They've had a lot of really good comedians on that show too, like Rob Hobel from Human Giant and Children's Hospital. Just Allison Brie from Community. Anyways, there's just tons of good guest stars. Like Mike from Breaking Bad, he's a voice on axecop. It's a lot of fun. And that's why I would see Blood Stinger, because it sounds like it would be along the same lines.
I would see Blood Stinger
That's a good
because
name.
it promises the film would add depth and character without compromising the core tenets of a beloved franchise that existed since April 2018. This has been the Fanatics of Film, and you've been watching Blasterpiece Theater. My name is Ben,
And I'm Joe. May the Schwartz be with you.
and always,
That's what we need. Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. Mel Brooks made us a promise in Spaceballs that there would be Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money, and it never came out. We need that.
He announced on the day, I think it was the day, the weekend, the Force Awakens was coming out. He announced we're making the Schwartz Awakens, and he's like, he's like, he literally said this. He's like, if I was smarter, we would have made this sooner. Like he didn't think of it.
I don't know who could fill John Candy's shoes to play Barth, or would you have to like not have Barth in it and introduce a new character? That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Spaceballs is enduring to me.
My
I love that movie.
my favorite is that like, I'm his counterpart. Barf. It's like he had
Not in here, you don't. This is a rental. Dude, I am your cousin's uncle's former roommate. So what does that make us? Nothing.
Absolutely
Absolutely nothing. Oh, it's